prefer, or maybe you want to do both? Kelly ready. Running or walking?
When I heard this option, either or both, it made me think of Layla, my 3-year-old, because we've been using options with her. Do you want this or that? And it's worked really well until now, because she's realized that she can say neither or both. So she's getting a little too smart. For me, walking or running, it is 100% walking. I used to think that I could be a runner. I trained for a half marathon, and stepping out of a bus during training, fully sprained my ankle and hobbled back to my apartment in the Boston winter. And from that day on, I decided that running was not for me. I simply do not have the finesse to be a runner. So I will stick to walking and the pool, where you are far less likely to sprain an ankle. Thank you.
Toastmaster Laura Mendelson, standard time or daylight savings?
Good morning, everyone.
Good
morning. Standard time or daylight savings? Sleep is very important to me, and changing my routine is really not something that I enjoy. I'm not able to finesse around my sleep schedule. I have epilepsy, and sleep deprivation is the worst thing that can trigger a seizure. And so making sure that I can sleep throughout the night. The doctor said I need 8 hours of sleep, and like most of you, that's not realistic. And so when you figure out the different hours in the day, it just throws everything off. Lauren.
Toastmaster Tim Conyers, train or plane?
Train or plane? We traveled a lot by plane to get to faraway places.
No.
And we were able to do so when it was cheap, because we do fly on a shoestring budget. Well, when the prices started going up, we got to thinking, what you have to go through in the line. Move along, come on guys, move along. I mean, they just, I don't know, they think that they're hurting cows or something like that. So, thinking about being there 2 hours in advance and all that mess and going through it, we decided we just don't know that it's really worth it. We've already gone to so many places we'd like to go. Now, what we haven't done is taken a train ride, like perhaps up in the northwest, you know, with one of the domes. I think that would be truly lovely and glorious. So, if we save our pennies, we just might do that.
Up or down? Roy Shears.
Down.
What did he say?
Up or down?
Up or down?
I'll take it down. In the resort where I live, there's an elevator. I'm on the 3rd floor. Interestingly enough, there are only 3 floors. So with a great deal of finesse, I'm able to get up and down using the elevator. And then I started getting used or accustomed to, acquainted with the population there. Mostly 85 to death. And anyway, I was in the elevator, I think, for the first time, and the lady standing by the pad said, "Which floor?" I said, "The 5th. And she looked at the panel again, "Say no 5th in here." She said, "Yes, there is actually. I live in the executive suite on top." And she said, and then I said, and she said, "Looks like I'm out of time."
and white or Technicolor?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Black and white or Technicolor?
Black and white or Technicolor? Who had a black and white set when they were kids? All of us, right? How many channels do we have? 2, 3 plus PBS. PBS was on channel 10 in Memphis where I grew up. It was 3, 5, 13, and 10. And it was amazing. I watched The Wizard of Oz when I was a kid. And suddenly one day we got a color television. I had no idea that when she comes out in the Munchkin land, it suddenly turns into color. I thought the whole movie was black and white. That's actually supposed to be funny. All right, come on, guys. So, hey, my daughter got married last weekend. It was exciting. It was fun. I am very light. I lost 23 pounds for the wedding. And I'm on the road. I'm going to lose about 40, so you're going to watch it happen. I'm committing to everyone here. See how I finesse the motivation. I'm going to get everyone here to hold me accountable. All I have for dinner every night is one sick little piece of chicken. That's it. But actually, I'm getting used to it. So I'm killing a lot of chickens, but I'm getting used to it. Getting used to a small little piece of chicken. So hold me accountable. You'll see a lot less of me in the future. Thank you.
Toastmaster Amy White. Cats or dogs?
Cats or dogs? Well, I love animals. I don't love snakes, but I love most all animals. And I grew up always having a dachshund. And they're so full of character and personality. And they're just so loyal. And I always thought, like, I have no room in my life for a cat. Like, no. Dogs, dogs, dogs. And then that last wiener dog passed away, and I was devastated. And I did get a cat. Somebody else rescued it. It rescued me from my pain and grief and sorrow. And we are like this. Chuck's probably jealous, but that cat is amazing and has such finesse and athleticism. And my cousin was telling us, just watch it. Just watch the cat, because it can zoom everywhere, including up on the bookshelf, back down, outdoors, indoors, around the living room, into the dining room, in like 3 seconds. So I'm all about cats these days.
DTM Blake Smith. Bicycle or motorcycle?
That's not fair.
It's not, really. I sure got opinions about cats. But then I would have to finesse my way out of that one at the end, because I had nothing nice to say about those hairy little varmints. I like motorcycles. I've got a nice bicycle too, but motorcycle, you just go a little bit further, a little bit quicker. This week, I went out to the drag strips in Bithlow on my Harley Wednesday night. Just hung out, watched some real fast cars. And then Thursday night, last night, I went up to Sanford, Florida. I went to Angel's Soul Food and Barbecue Restaurant. Now, for those of you that are unfortunately from north of the Mason-Dixon line, you may not get what Southern soul food is all about. My sides were collard greens, black-eyed peas, and sweet potatoes with a hunk of cornbread.
Absolutely.
I went someplace last night that only Southerners can go to. It was something else, and I just floated home on that bike. It was amazing. Thank you.
Regina Rosenda. You ready for this? Thingamajig or whatchamacallit? Thingamajig or whatchamacallit?
That's not fair. That's Google trick.
I understand singing or watching callers. Is that what you said?
Close enough.
Run with it.
Well, I like to watch callers, and that's what I did last night, and I do this every day on my bicycle. Right, Sean?
Absolutely.
You saw me. Because I think it's amazing how much I love riding my bicycle, because a motorcycle, but the bicycle is your body, your mind quickly. You have to decide in a second where to go, and then I watch the colors, right? Of the sky, the plants, the birds. Is that enough?
Mr. Marcia Bradley. Coffee or tea?
Coffee or tea? I'd go with tea, matcha tea specifically. Matcha tea has been something new to me. Why am I rhyming? I wasn't supposed to. But matcha tea is known to slowly increase energy and slowly decrease in energy. Whereas coffee, we know can give you a spike and then a spike down. I personally don't require caffeine within that format because I'm a little lit by myself. If you're ever around me on the outside, and sometimes on the inside, you'll understand. But matcha tea, yes, absolutely. I'd recommend, actually yesterday, I went to Starbucks. Didn't know they had a matcha tea in frappe format. I'd recommend it if you have a chance. It's nice and it cools the body, specifically in the summer. Try that out.
Congressman Maria Garten. USA or Europe?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I think that is a tough question. I have a divided heart personally because my family is from Spain and I've spent a lot of time in Spain and traveling around, and I absolutely love going there because from a cultural perspective, it's just a very different way of being. And there are some great advantages to the culture there, but also in the US, there's some advantages. People in the US tend to be more open, you tend to be able to make friends more quickly, and there's a lot of variety in the US because we have such a large country. Spain is a little bit different because it's smaller. People tend to be less friendly and open when you first meet them, but then when you get to know them, they're very warm. So that's my...
Toastmaster Marnie McCree. Carbs or protein?
Oh. Carbs or protein? I would definitely say protein. I am a Pilates fanatic. I love to get on the reformer. My finesse is not necessarily all that great, but I definitely am sticking to more protein because I'm trying to build muscle mass and be a stronger lady. I'm in my 50s, and apparently your muscles decrease as you get older. So I'm definitely for protein.
Toastmaster Ryan Hodge. Sweet or sour?
He's a sweet guy. Carmelo got it already. No, sorry, Carlos got it already. I'm a sweet guy. I have a massive sweet tooth. As a matter of fact, one of the first times I came down to Winter Park, the very first thing I saw was that candy shop right down there. Rocket Fuzz, Rocket Fizz, or something like that. They have all the candies that I used to eat as a child. There's a little blue piece of gum that doesn't look like gum, it looks like blueberry. You eat it and you think you're gonna get the nicest, sweetest blueberry, but it's mint, and it's like Brazilian mint. Highly unexpected. There's also a candy called Twin Snakes by Haribo. Anybody ever heard of it? Basically, it's two conjoined little snakes in gummy format. One of them is sweet and one of them is sour, and there's no visual indicator as to which is which. I particularly like the sour one, actually, because it turns into the sweet thereafter. But I believe if you have just the correct amount of finesse, you can figure out which one is the sweet and the sour, and then have your way that way. But that said, definitely sweet. Thank you.
Toastmaster Teresa Bay.
Teresa.
You can't hide.
Today, Teresa.
Vegan or paleo?
Are you playing her?
Vegan or paleo?
Good morning, it's a great day to be grateful. I'm African. Give me the meat. I don't know, kill the thing, you know, the beast.
Yes.
Tear the beast apart. Take care of it. Growing up, honestly, we eat fresh seafood every day. The fishermen go like in the middle of the night. Morning when you wake up like at 5 a.m., you have fresh fish waiting for you. Same with the butcher. Every morning, they have a new animal. You go to the market, you say, I want the leg, I want this part, and they cut it for you, and you go and cook amazing food, then you eat. So, give me paleo, give me old-fashioned ways. Vegan, not so much. No, I'm sorry, but whoever it is, trust me, if you take African food actually and cook it in the vegan style, it's really tasty. Sometimes I think I should actually create a restaurant, like vegan food, but with African style cooking, and it's amazing, y'all. Just saying. Thank you.
Nate, I'm having trouble reading your last name.
Walt.
Walt? Okay. Nate, to and fro or back and forth? To and fro or back and forth?
To and fro.
To and fro or back and forth?
To and fro or back and forth. How many of you would do to and fro? How many of you would do back and forth? Back and forth. Well, I go back and forth from my school, UCF, to Winter Park because the food at UCF is not very good. I have to finesse my way to different restaurants because students don't like to do a good job at their minimum wage jobs. Back and forth. Back and to and from. To and from. To and fro. Sounds a lot like frozen yogurt. I like to get frozen yogurt around the university all the time. So, if I had to choose one though, I would do to and from because at least I can get a good dinner in Winter Park instead of near the university.
There you go.
Returning Toastmaster Jay Shaw.
Hey, Shaw.
Book or movie?
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good morning, Gary.
Book or movie?
Book or movie? That is a very, very, very good question. Everybody always knows that a book is always better. But I gotta go for the movies. Movies bring things to life. Movies take things from being dead text on a page or an electronic device, Kindle, and put them into real life. It makes it animated. You hear music, you see people's emotions, you watch them react, and you may find people that you can model yourself. In a way, every Toastmaster speech which is recorded later becomes a movie. Woo! Who here has watched Toastmaster speeches on the website?
All the time.
Yes. I try to go out of my way to watch a series of Mark Gaylor speeches, but I can't seem to find them. Ruth not told me that there's a person who's watched a lot of his speeches. These are all movies. We are all actors in a way. And the book that we bring to life at Winter Park Toastmasters is the speech that we have written, or the speech that is from our heart. And with that thing in mind, I have rejoined the club, and I will be giving a lot of moving movies in the times to come. Thank you.
PTM Mark Ayers. Crocodile or alligator?
Alligator. In fact, last night, I took the time to watch the Florida Gators. Designated Maryland. And it's kind of funny because most of you know I'm an Ohio State guy and pretty much a Big Ten fan. So it's difficult for me to root for Florida against a Big Ten team.
But I don't know what it is about the Florida Gators this year, but they've got a team that I think is probably going to win the championship. They've got a great variety of big guys and small guys. The guard they've got, Walter Clayton Jr., who I think's from Lake Wales. The guy's tremendous, and the big guys they've got are also awesome. So I'm looking forward to Florida kind of finessing their way to the national championship this year.
Toastmasters, time, part-time.
Yes, sir.
Red or blue?
Red or blue? Red or blue? I mean, is there any choice? Red or blue? Now, do you know what blue stands for? Well, typically it stands for Democrat. What about red? What other party, major party is left but Republican? So red or blue? You know, a lot of times we have to kind of think about what we believe is best for the world. What's best for the country? And sometimes we pick red or blue because the fact that it's not the color red or blue, it's because of the parties, because of the affiliation. And a lot of times you have to kind of finesse your way through. Because the moment you say, oh, I'm conservative, boom, you got people who are going to try to put you down. Or you say, oh, I'm a liberal. Oh, wow, yeah, stay away from that person. No, we need to unite. We need to unite. Because this world has got to survive. And if we don't do it, who is going to? Fellow Toastmasters.
I'm afraid we're out of time. I'm sorry for the people I didn't get to call on. Did everyone qualify?
Unfortunately, we had one Toastmaster, Toastmaster Megan McCree, came in at 25 seconds, so did not qualify. Everybody else did.
Next time. Vote for two and take a 2-minute break.
2-minute break, we have breakfast.
Vote for two.